fresh piece of meat and you're bleeding all over the place and you're like, no, don't eat me.
Welcome to the Still Dripping Happy Hour. This is your host, Mason. Joining me on the move, we got everybody. We got Dan. We got Hayes Holla. And we got LP.
Ho, ho, hoes.
Oh, well, before we get into a fun game that Hayes has a surprise for us, let's go and follow the Instagram and the Twitter and DM us.
Do it.
Download, share, rate, review. That's about it. So with that,
The Cards one. Hey, listen, we got a DM this week. It wasn't what I expected. One of our followers who's actually been a podcast guest. Which guest was he? Which number was he? It doesn't matter. And said, "Is this a Garrison Matthews appreciation account?"
Shout out to Taylor. Grit grind, baby.
To which I replied, "Yes, indeed, yes, it is a Garrison Matthews appreciation account."
He's a huge Grizzlies fan. So I saw that message. Shout out Taylor.
All right, you want to jump right in this game that I made up on the fly?
Yes.
All right, so this is honor system. So you have to click out of the Google Doc. So
I'm
we'll
out
do it
of
a few
it.
different ways.
I haven't opened that sucker in months.
Oh my gosh. You haven't been on the Instagram in months. You definitely don't even follow the Cards one.
I think I do. Cookies on the bottom shelf.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Rip. Hey, Rip Nash cards. They got broken into.
Oh, what a sad day, man. I was really, really sad, honestly. Free shout out. We do a lot of those, but those guys are awesome, and I felt terrible for those guys.
Go give them
How does
your
this keep
business.
happening to shops? What's the deal?
Because it's America, man. I mean, it's human nature. It's not America. It's everywhere. It's just people want, it is what it is. All right, so here's the game. I'm going to do this several different ways. I will name an episode, and you have to
Oh boy.
you have to name the title of that episode.
oh my gosh, there's
Or I might even think of the main topic. I'll say the episode. We'll just do this in a variety of different ways per person. So sometimes it'll be, what was episode 8? And you have to guess which one it was, and you can't cheat, Landon. Or I'll be like, okay, what was the main topic that we talked about, and the name of the. So we'll just kind of go around. I'll host it, and then you guys will
host it.
test it. The winner gets free merch.
You're so kind to host us.
You have
Oh,
to
gosh.
at least give us like some hints.
We'll see how that goes. All right,
All right.
we'll start with Mason, because Mason and I have the most attendance of this podcast. So
By far.
if anybody,
I would argue that, but that's fine.
you would
I don't
not.
think
It's
you
not
should.
close.
I retired. I came out of retirement. When I was in retirement, it doesn't count towards my days off.
Oh,
I wasn't
my
collecting
gosh.
PT.
All right, so Mason, you know what? No, smart
Just
mouth. I'm gonna start with Landon.
Just everybody. We're not gonna get it. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody
just throw it out
answer.
to everybody. Damn, what are you mixing in there, man?
Making a margarita.
Landon, what episode was Donda?
15.
Like 11.
Dan, got a guess? Shot in the dark.
17. 17.
Or we're gonna do whatchamacallit rules. You closest without going over.
Oh,
Okay.
now he tells us that. Yeah, cool.
So what, Landon, what did you say?
15.
Somehow
That's the right.
Dan was the closest, even though he wasn't very close. That was number 27.
Oh my gosh.
Sheesh.
Yeah, I was
terrible.
gonna say Donda came out much later than when we started.
I guess we started in March, so yeah.
All right, Mason, the Nashville Man. Our first guest was episode.
21. I'm right there. It's
How do you know that?
because I remember our first guest was after
Wow.
20.
He got it. Point for Mason. He is the leader in the clubhouse right now.
Wait, no. I technically. Whoa. I have a
Yeah,
point
Dan
as well.
didn't. Dan
Oh,
didn't. I,
kind
we,
of. Yeah,
I didn't
you
even.
kind of got a point. Never mind. You got nothing.
Kind of.
I didn't even
Oh,
get to
boy.
guess. What is
Dan.
this?
Yeah, I gave you one anyway. Dan.
This is terrible.
What kind of margarita is that? That looks like whiskey.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know.
Skinny margs look a little dark sometimes.
Wow.
Is that what you're
Wow.
making? Skinny marg?
It is happy hour. No, I'm sorry, Dan.
Yes.
Episode blank was called Barn Owls.
8.
You were incorrect, sir. Any
Way
Landon,
late. Way
Landon?
later than that.
You have
I'm
a
gonna
guess,
say-
Landon?
32.
Mason.
That seems pretty close. I'll go around Landon and go 37.
Ouch. You both went over, so Dan somehow got that with 8. It was 30. It was 29. Ouch. Does anybody remember what that was about? Why it was called that?
You
No
had a
idea.
story about barn owls like screeching and it sounded like murder.
I was
That's all I
camping.
remember.
And I was awoken. Also, fun fact, that was the first episode that I talked about the Georgetown dunks, by the way.
Ooh, speaking of Georgetown, those freaking ones that are coming out next year,
Oh my goodness.
man, I did. Very, very excited about those.
All right. Let's go back to
Since we're
Landon.
pouring drinks, I guess.
Whoa, Mason just out of nowhere brought the top shelf down.
It's on the
Well,
bookshelf.
then
so.
somebody else is going to have to host this while I press pause for a minute. How about let's go, Landon. There's an episode that was called Cards and Bars. Cards and Bars.
So that's sub 20s, definitely after 15. I'm gonna go 17.
Do you remember what we talked about on that one? Do you have a?
Yeah, we talked about my Charizard and
Oh yes,
experience-
you
Wow.
could get a quarter of a point for that, but you went over. It was number 13. Ouch!
what, and that's also the episode where our still dripping cards
Started.
account started
Yeah.
from that one.
Wow, from that old. Wow.
Wow, we still have under 100 followers and one post on that. It was
Gee.
in episode what'd you say? 13? Good God.
Yeah. All right, Mason.
Maybe we should just fold it up.
No, man, it's fun. I think it's just like fun. I think it's like part of our culture. We talk about it, and that's where Cookies on the Bottom Shelf was birthed. All right, Mason, episode 33. What do you think it was called? You titled all these, by the way.
Yeah, what do we talk about? I have no idea.
There was a random question about the Tampa Bay Lightning repeating diminished because they haven't played a full season in either championship.
Okay,
That
that
was a
had
big
nothing to
question.
do with the title.
Landon went on about he curated a Lipscomb pack.
Okay.
Is that the episode of the China virus?
boy.
Ooh.
Ooh, I don't see anything about that on here.
I think that was just me and
Um,
Landon.
No, because I remember we talked about because my
Landon's
argument
top
was
5 Lipscomb
it doesn't
shoes.
count because we talked about the NBA being
Yeah,
in the
maybe it was just the
bubble.
2 of you. Do you remember the name
Yeah.
of it?
I have no idea,
Like
but
the
I'm sure
NBA being a butthole.
that is not what was
Wow.
said.
It was called the de-gentrification of sneaker culture.
Hmm.
Landon
That was a
talked
good
about
one.
the Nike. Yeah, that was a good
That was
one.
a good one. That's quality. Go back, everybody. Stop. If you're listening right now, stop, rewind it, go back, listen to that episode, and then come back here.
All right, Dan.
Listen to every episode in between then as well,
Next up, Dan.
and then make it to here.
There was an episode that was called Still Rentin', a sneaker podcast. Which one was that? And or if you remember any good things that
This
were
game is
discussed on
too
that one.
long.
This will be the last one. This can be the last one.
We've lost all the listeners.
No,
at this
this
point.
is fun and stupid.
Still written.
A sneaker podcast? You have a guess?
This was early on. I'm guessing 7.
Oh, anybody
I
else have
think
a
it
guess?
was. I think it was a lot later than that. That had to be
18.
is around when did you retire, Landon? It had to be around then.
Around 20 to 25. I sat
That's
out.
when we had it was after guest. I would say 28.
Mason barely wins with a 34. It was episode 34.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Still ran.
Hey.
I believe I went off on what it was probably political.
Yes. Yeah, it had to
That's
be.
what it was called.
That's why.
Forced my retirement. So, yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense.
All right. Well, that was fun. I just thought that'd be stupid and fun. Hey, this is the last episode of the year. It's like an year in review, right?
I think our kids will listen to this podcast like when we die.
Dear God, I
And,
hope
like,
not.
As our that'll be their last memories of us. That's how they remember us, is this podcast.
We need to do a
How
lot better.
does that make you feel?
Which one was the one that I wore a dress on?
Was that like 15?
Yeah, it was early. Oh no.
And there was all those episodes. I feel like there was a repeated theme of me pooping myself or peeing myself
Yeah, that was early
for
too.
a while.
Um,
Anybody else have any just favorite moments since 44 episodes in this last one of the year, like off the top of your head?
I think this is nothing related to episodes. So, listeners, sorry about this, but pre and post podcast talks have been some of my favorite.
Oh,
Not
that's really
recorded.
fresh. Just some bro
I don't-
time.
It's hard to beat the first 2 episodes. They were just raw. It was Dan's story was the second episode, right? With the CRV. Like that was just pure. So
Yeah.
first 2 episodes, those are my favorite.
That's good. I'm trying to look through, and I think I don't know. I really enjoy when the guests come on and we get to talk to
Oh,
people
yeah.
about their stories. And I'd say probably the Nashville man was one of my favorites. I have more than one favorite, but he was definitely up there. Taylor and Ty, that was
I
a
second
really
that.
good one. Yeah, those early ones were fun though. We had a ton of stories through those.
Yeah.
That was fun. USPS was a good one as well.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. This was a more recent one, but I had so many people tell me how much they enjoyed episode 40, what was all about Off-White. It was all Virgil.
Mm. Yep.
Landon and Dan.
That was my favorite one, man. I went hard on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, it was really good. Neither of you were there, and it was great.
I know.
It's really,
I know.
really good, actually.
I'm not acting
Yeah.
like I
Oh,
was there.
that's the episode where you replaced us. Remember? Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is the one. That was 5 episodes ago. That was a month ago. Wow, seems like years ago. Anyway, trip down memory lane of our first year doing this. Wow.
Magnolia, if you're listening to this, I'm sorry. My life was so much more than this.
Do we keep going? Like, does this keep going? Are you done? Like 2022? Are we done? Or are we keeping?
I think we got to at least make it to 52. We got to get
Why?
that full year,
the full year.
and then we reevaluate and see. I really think we got to get. We have so many interesting guests that we haven't told anybody about, or potential guests. That,
Jelly roll. Yeah,
yeah.
you know, just to name
Hayes is
Lingala.
barber.
I think I could get Jelly Roll.
Are you serious?
I don't
No.
think you could.
I'm-
I don't
I'm-
think you
I
could,
am-
Hayes.
Do you know
I'm-
him?
I have a close connect.
So
How?
I'm not sure,
No.
but I don't ever
Yes.
underestimate Hayes's sales ability.
We would have to get our
Bingo.
stuff together real quick.
That's
'cause he's-
respect
he-
right there. You hear
he's
that?
legit.
Do you hear that, podcast listeners? Listen to that. How much respect Mason just put on my
I-
put on my name.
Yeah, I believe
we
in
would
you.
Mad
have
respect.
to.
The
We would
only
have to
thing
have
is,
the most
go ahead. Dan.
laid out, set up,
Yeah.
ready podcast we've ever had in our life.
Hey, you need to
That-
slide into
but-
Garrison Matthews DMs again. He's on the COVID protocol right now, so he's just sitting around in his house.
Ooh.
He knows your name at least.
See, the thing is though, like people like that, like Jelly Roll, and I don't know about Jelly Roll, but people like Garrison Matthews, I'm sure they've got a lot of hoops to jump through to go on something like that, right? You got to get
They
it
got-
cleared
Any-
and
anybody that's got a
publicist.
publicist, yeah.
Like, I'm sure the team has
Maybe.
some kind of something. I don't know.
They
Maybe
would-
not.
Garrison, they would be like, "All right, Garrison, still dripping TN reached out to you on Instagram. Would you be interested in sitting for their podcast?
hey, listen,
it looks
can
like
you
they have
imagine-
5 ratings
Oh
and
my
50
goodness.
subscribers."
If you're playing like my career on 2K and that came across, still dripping to you and the podcast reached out. 50
Yep.
points, 50 virtual dollars. Oh man.
Hey, talking about 2K, Rip John
Madden.
On that,
Yeah.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna take a small break. Keep going.
What?
Look, y'all are pulled up. It's happy
Hey,
hour.
hey,
Oh,
here's a
okay.
quiz. No. Put those buds back in real quick. So talking about John Madden. So I would assume that Madden 23 would have his face on it, right? They're not going to put a player on there. It'll be in memory of him. When was the last year that John Madden's face was on the cover of Madden? What year?
No,
Can't look it up.
97.
97 is what I'm thinking.
No, that'd be Eddie
97.
George. I'm gonna go 95.
95. Dan, what'd you say?
I said 97 too.
97. 2000.
2000.
Huh.
Okay.
So
All right,
how
now I'll
many
be
years
right
what
back.
into the franchise was that?
Well, so that's a great question. Up until that point, it had always been his face. Players' faces didn't start until 2001.
And that was Eddie George. Was he
That was
2000?
George.
Which
Yeah.
that's crazy. That's
That
a
is crazy.
crazy to be the first player on a Madden cover.
You know
Like,
what
he
else
was
is
so good.
crazy?
Eddie George was so freaking good.
How many teams have had multiple appearances?
Ooh. I don't
Two.
know who's been on it in the last 5 years, but I know the Titans have.
Which is insane.
Yeah.
Because
it's
when you put
weird.
that up against all the other teams, because there's only like 2 or 3 teams that I think have got multiple.
Has Derrick Henry ever been on the cover?
No.
I don't think so.
Mm-mm.
How?
Tom-
Who
Tom
was
Brady's-
it? Who was it?
Tom Brady's been
Can
on
you
it twice
imagine
with 2
this?
different teams.
You remember Peyton Hillis was on Madden? The worst Madden cover
Yes.
athlete ever.
Cleveland Browns, right?
Yes. What a
Michael Vick was
terrible Madden.
2007, 2008,
Yeah, I think 7 sounds right.
7. That's right.
or and then like two. Who was it from the Seahawks?
Sean
Was it
Alexander.
Marshawn Lynch?
Sean Alexander.
Yeah, Sean Alexander. That's who it was.
What about Tiki Barber? Wasn't he? No.
I don't think so.
It was. This is
Man, that's
about to
good.
Turn into a situation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
just go
guess-
back and Google Madden covers. It's pretty incredible, the faces on there.
Lamar Jackson, Patrick Mahomes, Antonio Brown, Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski, Odell, Richard Sherman, Barry Sanders in 2014 because it was
So
Madden 25.
So Seattle is one of the other teams. that has-
Seattle, the Patriots, the Titans.
Calvin
See, I don't think-
Johnson,
The Patriots. Oh yeah, they had back-to-back years. They had Brady and Gronk.
Drew Brees, Troy
The
Polamalu,
Lions?
and Larry Fitzgerald, Brett Favre,
Oh, yeah,
Vince
the
Young.
Lions.
The
Calvin.
fact that Vince Young
They've had
was on
3.
there,
The Lions have had
Fifth-
3.
Was Stafford on there? Who else was on there?
Wait, who's Madden? Wait, Madden 25? What?
That was the 25th year. They didn't go by the year.
Gotcha.
Marshall Falk, Eddie George.
Cole Pepper.
Man, those covers with just Madden on them were tough. Those were
Yeah.
some tough covers.
All right, let's.
Do you think these
get us off of
players
cover
get paid
talk?
money? Okay, sorry. Cover talk, pillow talk.
Let's get inside the box. Landon, we talked about our favorite episodes had stories. So you had a story this week from after purchasing a pair of shoes. Hit us with
Yeah,
it.
so it's not as sweet as what it originally was, what I thought it was going to be, but I'll tell it, and then I'll tell the
Mm.
I'll lift the curtain, or lift the veil. So I hit on the Jordan 1, the Atmospheres, the pink Jordan 1 joints in my daughter's size. And so they got here today, and I walk outside and there's 2 packages. I'm like, what was this? And in the meantime, I'd ordered in a separate drop a pair of Dunk Lows for my wife for Christmas, and they'd been delayed. So I was like, oh, cool. So these, I guess it's the Dunks and the J's. Well, open up the J's. Great. Open up the other box, expecting the Dunks. It's another pair of J's. So I'm like, what did I like hit on both an adult size and a kid size of these Jordan 1 Atmospheres? So I go back to my account, check it out. I'm like, no, look at my bank statement. Only got charged for one pair of J's. So I'm like, sweet. I basically doubled up. I got a free pair of shoes. This is awesome. But then I went and looked at the tracking on those Dunks, and it said the Dunks had been delivered at the same time as the Jordans. So I actually did not get a free pair of shoes. I got the wrong pair of shoes. However, I'm still up because I paid $120 for a pair of $170 shoes that are currently reselling for $250. But now I'm out a gift that I promised my wife, and now I've got to pay resell for those pair of Dunks. So
what are the Dunks on the resale right now?
they're going for like 130, so not too bad.
All right, so you're still up.
I'm still up.
Nice.
So wait, did they came in a men's size as well? The Jordan
Women's size. Jordans for women's, but
okay. So
I got a kid size and a women's size. I got a 5.5. I don't know.
So
it was just a
it-
random size.
Huh. There you go.
Yeah.
Man, freaking someone probably here in Memphis probably just sent it down the wrong conveyor belt. Sorry about that, Landon.
I'm just interested to know who got my Dunks.
Ooh, yeah, I bet they
someone
were
might
pissed.
be pissed if they got ooh.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
There was a Nike chat that went on this afternoon for sure.
All right, I don't know if we should do this next question as a top 5 where we all pitch in, or I don't know, but what's everybody's favorite drops of the year? You can do a couple if you want.
Ooh, Hyper Royals. Easy top 5 for me.
I forgot
Those
about those,
were,
or at least that they come out this year.
Yep. Easy one, put at the top of the list. For me, the Cool Gray 11s. I know it's also just an easy thing to put up on the board right there, but one of my favorites for sure. Are these ones
I've got a shout out on
just in
those.
general?
For I don't know, this is probably a record streak of mentions, but brother-in-law Seth, 2 shout outs.
Get that man on the podcast.
Showed up on Christmas Day in the Cool Gray 11s. So very nice. Haven't unboxed mine yet, but they looked good. Second, for Christmas, he drew my name in our Secret Santa and picked up the 3-year MCV anniversary sweatshirt for me. So
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
What an
incredible.
MVP. He is the MVP of the year for this podcast. Get him on the podcast.
Yeah,
next year. That's my request.
Yeah,
that a good
we
one.
Can do that. But my favorite drops probably I'd say the Ama Manier 3. That one.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of that, did you see the
and the ones
Ama Ma 2? The 2s that are coming out next year?
Those are for a 2.
I like those for a 2.
I would agree with everything you said, and then I would add on the Georgetown Dunks because I talked about that so much this year, and they're awesome. Shout out to Seth.
I'm gonna throw in a New Balance, the Joe Fresh Goods New Balance, and on 0 V3s. Just that colorway.
Are you being serious? Are you mocking me?
No, I'm being serious.
Wow. All right.
Love them.
You feel like New Balance is here to stay? I was going to bring this up later on, but
100%.
Oh, Landon. Would you ever wear some?
Yeah.
Okay. Dan?
New Balance, yes. Yes.
Okay. The Rich Pauls I really liked. I was mad I didn't get on those. But those were sick. Mason, you want to no?
I don't want New Balance, no.
Puma?
Wow.
No, I would say the closest thing that I would go off Nike, off brand,
on Cloud
would be the Kith Asics. I really like that color palette.
That wasn't yeah. Which ones? The salmon toes?
The Kith one, like the whole pack that came out that was just all
the tones.
All the tones.
Yeah, it was Gelite 3.
Yeah. I don't know which color, but I do like most of them. So I've looked into those, but I don't know. We'll see if 2022 has that in store.
Comparatively, though, 2020, 2021 was kind of a downer. Wasn't a great year for sneakers.
I agree.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I think it was a pretty. I'm not gonna cuss because I don't want you to give you more work, Mason. It was a pretty crappy year all the way around. I didn't like 2021. Bad year. Rough year. Rough 18 months and rough 2020, and it just carried over. For me personally.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. As Brooke says,
I'm ready for
boy,
it to be
Dan.
done.
Yeah, she said, boy, Dan, you've had a rough 2 years. So I don't disagree.
No, over it.
I would throw in, this is not a popular top 5, but I would throw in the Sakai Cause Blazer lows. I really liked those. I didn't like all the colorways, but I thought it was like simple, good crossover. I like the Sakai. I like the Blazer low. And I was a fan. I was a fan of those.
I hit earlier in the year on the off-white Blazer low. Wasn't it off-white? No, it was Sakai Blazer low.
Yeah, the yellow ones.
No. The Blazers. That was the
Oh, the-
waffles. I still have those. The Blazer was horrible in hand. And so it drove me away from the calls because I'd had those in my hand and I was like, this sucks. Like this is the layered plastic crap all over it. Like,
Yeah, that's tough.
It looks just like the calls, just different colorway. So I was like, I'm gonna pass.
I think I've got to put in the top 5 the Rodriguez dunk. The what does?
What, the P
Solely
Rod?
because
Yes.
solely because they made me $1,100 in a matter of minutes. So I was pretty happy about
Dang,
that.
I forgot about that too.
And now they're going for like $400. I sold my
Wow.
pair for $1,250, and I think they're going for like $400 or $500.
Do you think that person wears those or just sits there and
Oof.
cries every time they see them?
I hope they cry.
closet.
Man, what a bad
Oh,
purchase.
they cry.
They could have gotten 3
hope
pairs.
they cry.
Now
That is a tough purchase.
2.5.
Landon,
That's tough.
this is a throwback to one of our earlier episodes. Where would
And
you rank the Bacons? Top 10, top 15?
Okay. 2 different rating scales. Categorize on colorway and like the history and the heritage, like bringing it back. That's like 1 or 2 for me of the year.
Wow.
Resell absolutely tanked. Rooted actually put them on sale. I talked to a buddy that got them on sale. So
Wow.
that they overproduced them. They didn't pay homage to the guy, the original collaborator from those. It was just like a colorway. Overall, they messed up the drop. I wasn't happy about how they went about it. So as far as resale goes, they're like below retail. So not even a top 10 when it comes to resale, which is sad.
I was at Rooted last night and they had a kid's pair sitting there. They also had a pair of Yeezy 700 sitting there. I was like,
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They're up to 90% off tomorrow. I'm going to go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, it was not good when I went.
They had a pair of 700s even when you went?
Yeah, but I mean, there was
Like
the
a weird
silver
size?
ones. I don't remember. I just was like, I saw again. I don't like the 700 anyway. At least that model. It's the all chrome. It's got 700 on the side of it. Like it is not great.
That's tough.
But next to it, they had a pair of Bacons. I was like, oh,
What size?
It's kids.
Do you know what size?
Don't know. I picked them up and put them right back down.
Dang. Shout out
Yeah.
Hermitage Cafe where they did the collab with for the Bacons. Went out of business. So again,
saw that.
Oh,
just bad vibes all around for the Bacons. Sad day.
Mm,
I've got 2 pairs sitting on ice.
I can't speak from experience, but I can speak from experience. Jordan 1 lows this year, catching my eye big time. I haven't bought a pair. I did have the
I
Royal
have.
Toe in my collection for a hot second, but Jordan 1 lows, I feel like it's an easy breezy. I'm always looking for something to slide on and wear to the grocery store. That's not a full high top or not a freaking, Sean
shadow,
Witherspoon.
like Mason and I.
I mean, I do love a good shadow, but the lows slap hard in those situations. Easy to wear. Jordan 1, stylistic. It's in the top 5.
Landon, you have a take on that too?
I bought a pair of Jordan lows this year, the Court Purples.
Oh, that's right.
Big fan. I'm with Dan. I didn't realize until like a couple of weeks ago when I tried to lace up a pair of Jordan 1 highs, it is like going into combat trying to get those on. It is
not true. That's bull crap.
Yeah, you
that
guys
is
are
not
crazy.
What? No, it is.
No,
okay, well
not.
these are the comfort ones. These are the that have like the foam around the ankle. Seriously, I feel like I'm putting on an ankle
comfort
wrap
ones.
trying to put this on. The Zoom comfort ones. Dan knows what I'm talking about.
Trash ones. Mids, basically. You basically had some mids.
They're highs. They're the Paris. They're Saint Germain ones.
When you say the foam around the ankles, Seth and I were talking about this over Christmas.
Yeah.
He got some of the Element ones, the Gore-Tex, and he was telling me they're
Did he get the green ones?
Yeah.
That son of a.
He loves them. I wanted the sale one so bad.
What size?
He's a 12.
He's my size.
Rooted's getting the sell ones. They just haven't dropped yet. I'll let you know.
Yes, please.
Yeah. We are, baby.
But he was saying a problem that I have with my Wing It 2s, and they're real fat around the ankles, and they pull leg hair like a son of a gun. Do you guys ever have that problem? Like,
no.
Midway through the day, he said that was the same.
I don't know what your problem is. You have some weird hair on your legs.
Apparently, I'm not a very hairy individual, but it's something with like mid socks and the high top with the real cushion around the ankle, and it's the high top shoes, and it just pulls my hair, and I don't know, it is very painful. So I was surprised to know that I wasn't the only one that went through that, but apparently we'd have nobody else to back us up.
Yeah, so. I have multiple pairs of Jordan 1s that you're describing, and I've never had a leg hair problem.
See, it's never with 1s for me. It's only with my 2s, and so I don't know.
With the 2s. Interesting.
Dude, that's shout out Seth. That man's the god. That guy's amazing.
Like 4 shout outs. I want those Gore-Tex alone
so bad. I love the man. I've never met him. He just seems like a great guy.
He is.
Hey, I will say, Mason, I do have some jealousy in my heart regarding your shoes, because I have no one that I can confess my shoe fetishes with at holidays. It's nice to have someone that knows.
Yeah.
I'll say something related to that. My brother-in-law Logan, who I've already referenced on this podcast, he's kind of dabbling, and that's been fun. So his wife got him his first pair of Jordan 1s. She asked me, "Hey, what should I get him? Here's my budget. Here's my budget." And I drove him to the Biohazards.
Okay.
So that's his first pair.
What size does he wear?
9 or 10.
I got a 10.5 Biohazards. I could have hooked him up.
He loved them, but I was like, okay, that's a
Those
good
things
present.
Are so ugly.
But that's his. I don't mind them. I love 1s.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but
they're a little much.
I think they're his style for his first pair.
But he's a runner. He wears like trainers. He's not a big J1 guy, but he likes them.
Oh yeah.
But runners are usually into those crazy colorways.
Mm-hmm.
That's what
I'm one of those. In general.
Yes. But they're just different. Like it's it's not just one color. Anyway.
Well, we didn't have anything.
Shout out to Logan.
We didn't have anything else on the dock, but when we started talking about Jordan 1 lows, have you guys seen the Chinese New Year and Year of the Tiger and how many pairs are coming out for those?
Amazing. Those are going to go for like $1 million.
Oh, yeah. So the Tiger is the one that I really like. There's only 5,000 pairs. And the Chinese New Year, there's only 8,500 pairs. So everybody should be trying to get those, because they are going to be a ton of money for that limited of a release. Those are going to go crazy. And they look like
know that there's a a number, like when there's a number associated with a release and it's released to the public ahead of time. It's never
It's
a
like
good
cards.
sign.
It's just like cards. Cookies on bottom shelf, bro.
I will say
Oh,
the
I
only
see
time
them.
that's ever
Okay.
backfired, which maybe I don't know, is when the Jordan 1s came out. I guess there were the Jordan 1 Bread High 85s. And they only came out with like 21,000 pairs, and then for whatever reason, like they just like have never gone above like $500. They just like sit there, even though there's only 23,000 pairs released and they're all numbered. So, fun fact.
Hey, New Year's resolutions. How's that for a segment?
I don't resolve. I don't do that. I've learned that I get so frustrated. Shut up here. Enneagram talk real quick. I'm a 7. I'm a 7-8. Landon and I are very, very similar. And I get so disappointed in myself. Shut up. I get so disappointed in myself when I don't do it, but for like a month, and I just beat the crap out of myself. So I just stopped doing that. And so
weak sauce.
I'll do some goal type things, but like not resolving to anything. I'm resolving to being dope.
Well, I'll go then. I'll resolve to stop listening to you. My resolution is I'm gonna wear all my shoes this year. Screw it. I've been holding on to them for a year. They're not going anywhere in value. I'm busting those suckers out. I'm actually gonna wear my shoes this year.
You're a grown up.
That's
You're
my
gonna be
resolution.
grown up in 2022. You're gonna be grown up.
I don't know if I've ever been more proud of you, Landon. That is.
Bust it down, Tatiana.
We back, baby. We back.
It's Tatiana, by the way. Not
Sorry,
Tatiana. All right, still dripping army. We've got to check in on Landon. Make sure we need you to tell us how many shoes you have. Just give us a
post
account.
Day. I'll do inventory. Yeah.
Right.
We want to know every week how many of those
I'll
shoes
believe that
you
when I see it.
We'll check them off. I have my only New Year's resolution that I usually have every year is to read 15 books. And the last 2 years I've failed. But like the 4 years before that, I have made it. So next year I've got to get back on track. So
typical resolution. I'm just gonna get yoked in my garage gym. Just gonna be
You just sold all your weights on Facebook Marketplace. It came up on my feed. I said, Dan's giving up on exercising. He's selling his weights.
Landon, you haven't seen the upgraded weights.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Hey, I bet it's a good time to sell on weights.
Yeah, for real.
Honestly, New Year's resolutions coming. I mean, yeah.
Not if you're Hayes, because apparently you don't do resolutions. Because you don't want to let yourself down. That's fine.
I'm with Hayes though. Mine is just because it's a yearly thing. But if you have a goal, why would you wait till the new year to do it?
I just feel
That's kind of
feel
my
pressure,
feeling.
and then I feel pressure to make a resolution. I'm like, it's not even my goal. I'm just doing it because somebody's telling me that I have to do it, or I'm not doing that. Like, it just doesn't work for me.
Yeah.
That's like some Bowflex level stuff. Look at Dan right now.
Dang, Dan. In 2022.
My gosh. I just got swole looking at that. My goodness.
That's bad podcasting.
Yeah. Hayes, I agree. I'm totally with you. I usually don't make resolutions.
Yeah, we're very, very
I'm a
similar,
7.
Dummy.
I'm the shut up.
I'm such an idiot. I hate myself. I'm stupid.
Amen.
Hey, quit throwing your pity party on here.
Apparently, I'm the best salesperson that Mason knows, though. So
you are a good salesman.
Dan, are you done remodeling your house?
Yeah, we're done. Except for the piece of granite that's in the kids' bathroom that they told me the other day they're gonna have to rip out completely and give me a new one.
What's wrong with it?
It has fiberglass etching, as they say, and it's not repairable. So why not install it? Get the effing plumber out here, get all the sinks and faucets in, let it sit for 3 months, and then come back and say, oh, we need to rip this entire thing out. And by the way, we don't have certified plumbers, so you're going to have to pay for that.
Weak.
That's tough.
That sounds like a thing Dan hates for the.
That does. I think yeah, it's good.
We can leave that one in there.
Dude, why can't you just rip it out yourself? You're swole. Just take that baby out. Poof.
There's not going to be anything to replace it. What am I going to put in? Plywood?
Hey, whatever gets
Maybe.
the job done.
Anyways,
Yeah, I think that's it for inside and outside the box. I don't know. We dabbled, went back and forth.
Yeah, there was a
through
lot.
there. Hayes, you put this in.
outside the box. Outside the box.
Okay, outside the box. Here we go.
Since this will be coming out on Wednesday, we've got two national Well, I guess the college football playoff. What's the over/under on a team forfeiting because of COVID?
How's there an over under on that? Are you just wanting a percentage?
Yeah, percentage me.
I don't know. I feel like everybody's probably isolated by now. Right? I mean,
How many hoops do you think they're jumping through right now to just lie about people who have COVID?
yeah, are they testing? That's the question I want to know. I mean, if you're Alabama, why would you test at this point?
Which
And
hey,
also-
wait a second before we can continue on, but that's why I put biggest. We have a segment coming up. This biggest loser of 2021, but then I hesitated here because I wanted to put COVID as the biggest loser, but COVID might have been the biggest winner. They're still canceling freaking games
Yeah,
in these leagues and everything that 95+% of people are vaccinated, right? Like this is what we're talking about. This is I've tried to say this all year. Okay. So go ahead, Dan. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't disagree. I do not disagree, but just also, and this is probably an easy Google, but do different teams have different protocols for how they handle COVID?
I think
Or does
different
it have to
leagues
be
do.
universal?
I think different leagues have different, different
ACC
conferences.
versus SEC
Yeah.
versus Big Ten versus Big. Wow.
But so
You're talking about conferences. SEC currently 0-4 in bowl games.
So
Guys,
let's
Tennessee hasn't
make this
played yet.
clear. Let's make this.
I'm going to
very
that
clear.
game.
Here's how you should handle COVID. Live your freaking life and be a human being. That's how you should live your life. That's how you should handle it.
That's fair.
And then going
I don't-
anywhere
no
and you're gonna
qualms
get
with that.
sick and
I don't disagree with that.
I have a kid, so I take precautions, but I'm not trying to tell anybody else what to do. It's like I'm doing that because that's what I want to do. I'm not gonna. In my opinion, if I get COVID or if my child is exposed to COVID, it's nobody's fault but my own. So, yeah, live your life.
Are you going there at Tennessee?
Totally agree.
Hey, you ready to get on that paper to give him the night? Hey.
Yeah, I don't think the NCAA,
Ray
unless
Charles?
they're doing testing or the college football playoff is doing testing, I don't think any of those teams would do testing. There's no benefit. I don't
Nope.
think.
Not at
You can
all.
only
Not at this
lose.
point.
Oh,
you
there's
test.
totally been there's 100% benefit, and it's all political. That's the benefit, bro. It doesn't take a rocket science. We're 18 months in at this point.
Yeah.
Control. I'm sorry.
The sheer
Hate me if you
stupidity of just the NCAA implementing the rule of if you have a team of not postponing a game and playing later is just mind-boggling. I mean, that's just like that. This was your greatest idea. Is just can't. So all three teams can just flop, and the last one standing.
Yeah.
Championship. Stupidest thing ever.
All right. Well, I guess we'll just move into the loser of the week and
COVID.
or loser of the year. I guess we're gonna say.
Yep.
Travis
But
Scott.
if you
Presented by Urban Meyer, I'm going with Urban Meyer. I can totally understand Travis Scott. I can totally understand all the sports leagues canceling games.
Joe
I'm
Biden.
sticking on
Yeah.
brand. Urban Meyer for me.
Honestly, I mean, you did get fired halfway through the year. What about John Gruden? We're talking coaches.
Yeah, John Gruden
Listen,
wasn't a great look.
I
The
got-
whole Raiders organization with Henry Ruggs, sad situation, terrible situation. John Gruden, they did get loser of the week, but if you win, we've had 44 episodes. If you win loser of the week 20 times like Urban Meyer did, I mean,
Ooh.
you feel like you gotta be Loser
That's
of
way
the
up there.
year.
But let's be real. You're the one that voted him all those many times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Here's an underdog. Kim Kardashian left the best rapper of all time for Scrub called Pete Davidson.
I've got a really
Not bad.
not dark horse, but a red, white, and blue horse for Joe Biden screwing us all.
Don't worry, listeners. He's right down the middle. Remember,
gas?
He's right down the middle. Politically.
Okay, you talk to me about your gas.
I would say
Talk to me about
Fauci
gas. Talk to me
before
about
Biden.
inflation.
I'd say
or Fauci.
Gas.
Or Fauci.
I'm paying $5
He is right
at
down
the
the middle.
pump more.
He is right
a
down the middle.
visit.
But you can't deny.
Oh my
Like,
goodness!
the public has spoken. Go Google.
If you
Whoa.
if you measure a president's success on gas prices,
That's not the whole
your
story.
indicators
That's
are.
not the
That's
whole
what
story.
you just said.
Google.
I'm
No,
pushing
just
back.
That's a
Google
no.
what? Tell me your facts.
Google Joe Biden. Whatever.
The fact that I can get on
success,
Twitter
whatever.
and not have to worry about what the president is saying has been one of the greatest
I
blessings. of
totally agree.
2021.
I would agree with that for sure, or anything
Yeah.
for that matter.
That's a.
But he's
What
a
about-
loser. He screwed us all.
What about? And we haven't mentioned him too much on this podcast, but I feel like
Donald Trump.
James Dolan is always in the running for loser of the year. Knicks owner. I mean, he always does stupid stuff. This year, last year the Knicks were good, but like kicking out Charles Oakley and telling Spike Lee he can't come in the same door that he comes in for 20 years, kicking out fans for saying he should sell the team. Like, dude, you're a billionaire and you're worried about a fan in your arena who came and kicking them out. I don't know.
Hey, talk about
There's
fans,
a little man
either
complex there, right?
LeBron or the fans that he got kicked out. Losers of the year. Apparently, they said some pretty bad things to LeBron.
Yeah, I mean, of course. That's what fans do. Fans in Utah, man. They're gotta be the worst.
Oh, I thought that was Indiana. I think it was
I
Indiana.
thought it was Indiana. It's
yeah,
Indiana.
that was Indiana. But I'm just saying fans in Utah in general, they get a bad
Oh.
rap for that. They yell racist things at Russell
Sons and
Westbrook. That guy was definitely a winner of the year.
Yeah.
Sons in 4 guy. I think he has a whole brand in that.
Oh, 100%. He is a big TikTok is a big winner in 2021 as well.
TikTok can suck my.
Whoa.
Ooh.
TikTok is the biggest loser in my book. Huge time suck. I've never even downloaded the app.
Never.
and I
I
hate
Me
it.
would.
neither.
I want
I won't be on it, but
me either. I'm not the
And
demographic.
then the TikTok videos that translate somehow to Instagram, and so you're watching TikTok, but it's on Instagram. That makes me even madder than TikTok.
Okay, we
What about-
already covered.
What about
Go ahead.
Meta? Facebook
Loser.
rebrand.
it just
I'm not on
rebranded.
Facebook.
It's
Loser of the year for sure.
Y'all should leave. I'm right down the middle. You should leave Facebook and go to Parlor. I'm kidding. I don't have a Parlor, and you shouldn't either. You should leave Facebook though, because that's anyway.
What?
Rebel against the
Other
system.
winners of the year? Any other winners?
The real estate market.
100%. You're welcome. 100%. Cards for sure. We got about 3
cards
years.
kind of drew back a bit. The
No,
card market
that's just
cooled
'cause
off.
You had it. That's because you took 8 months to get your cards. Anyway, keep doing the
I
card
think
thing.
Tiger King might be a loser of the year as well this year.
I haven't
came
seen the
out
second
real-
edition. But
Exactly. I think it was a big floppo.
yeah.
It was bad.
Floppo with my doppo. I think
would not
2020
watch
was
it.
coming in hot.
Yeah.
Hey, what
okay.
about
Girl Baskins.
she could be a big winner.
Yikes.
Oh,
What?
man, I'm definitely cutting that out. Hold
no,
I'll
man,
just
what?
bleep it.
She
I'll just bleep
Died
it.
in a plane crash.
She got a documentary.
She's dead.
So there's a lot of people.
She could still
She
be
could be a
alive.
good
Let's
winner.
be real. That
She
could
might
be
She was that.
That's a take.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's true.
right. It's possible.
Biggest brand winner. I think I said this earlier. I'm gonna go. I think New
Reebok.
Balance. I think New Balance and Kith were really big winners.
Kids took
of
off.
2021.
They absolutely took off this year.
Hey, we
Ronnie
all
hit another
we
level.
all don't agree with the trend, but Crocs were a winner of the year.
Oh,
No,
I would totally
absolutely
agree. I
not.
hate them.
That is
I
a
hate
huge
easy.
take.
They shouldn't
Listen,
be
On
worn
Cloud
outside
was a
of the
winner
house.
too, and I hate them too.
Don't
dude.
give it.
What
Hokas
is the
are
one,
going
dude?
crazy.
Hoka. I keep hearing. Oh my goodness! I need to take pictures in the bathroom like I had been.
Oh,
of
these
Hoka.
when I was
my
in the
gosh,
warehouse in
I'm-
Florida,
it's
these
killing me.
2 of my coworkers kept saying,
Ugh.
"Oh, you got to get these Hokas." I'm like, "No, man, they look like just a little cooler Skechers."
I would rather
100%.
I would rather use twine and cheesecloth. Yes, I would use twine and cheesecloth and a brick instead of wearing Hokas.
That's basically what you're wearing on your feet right now with those ugly Crocs.
Thank you
They're
for
how
censoring.
Look, well, let's be
How
clear.
shoes.
I'm not saying that I like Croc, but they are a winner. They are 100%.
No, they're
Correct.
not. No,
Yes,
don't even acknowledge them.
they are
Don't
a
even
winner.
They
acknowledge it.
are. So is
Garbage.
on God, on Cloud, on the whole on.
Yes,
Everything's
Dan
on.
it's
is
true. They're
off
winners. I
his
hate
rocker.
them.